Hello, I'm back with another video. I'm 23 and today I would like to talk to you about, wages, about making money. Um, how do I start? Well, first of all, let me make it clear that I'm talking about my own reality here. So I know the reality of my home country here, so that's why I always, put a disclaimer. So disclaimer type. If you can relate to anything I talk about in this video, make sure you let me know about that in the comments down below, and also subscribe to the channel. But this is all about my reality, about the home country I live in. So let's put it in context for you again. I'm 23 and I work. I teach for a living. I teach for a living, and I can say that in some sort of a way, I was privileged to be able to teach for a living, and therefore I only work 4 hours, maximum 6 to 7 hours daily, but only when I have a little bit of extra hours to work for the company I work to. But on a normal basis, I only work 4 to 5 hours every day, and I get a little bit more than a minimum wage here in my country. But the thing is, many people in my home country here, they work, 8 hours per day, and they get a little less money than I get paid. However, bear with me. I'm not saying here that I'm better than them, or that my money that I work for is like, oh, extremely good. No, on the contrary, it is good money. I get to do a lot of stuff with this money. But my point that I want to come across with today here is that many young people, many young adults my age here in my country, even though they make a little less money than I make, or the same amount of money I make, or a little more than I make, they cannot buy their first home, because the everything here is crazy. Our economy here is crazy, and it seems like it's on purpose. It seems like the a way to keep you fettered into the system of working for a company, paying taxes, buying only enough to eat, and then you repeat the cycle and you go back to work and then you buy again food and only that, and go back to work, and you cannot dream. That's why many people in my home country, they're living in today. They're having to live with that. And come on, many people will tell you that today, with the advancement in technology, it's a lot easier. It's easier than ever before to make hundreds or not thousands of money on the internet. But the world is not rainbows and sunshines. To be honest with you, you know many people, they start a YouTube channel and they barely know if they're gonna be able to keep up with that, if they will ever see a buck from that YouTube channel, right? Let alone live from that. Because also, I talked about it in another video that luck plays an important role in everything. I think I talked about it. Anyway, if I didn't talk about it, it is indeed true that sometimes you get lucky in life, and then you get better chances of success because you got lucky. But luck, it doesn't smile at everybody, So, for example, back to my reality here. I told you that I make a little bit more money than average, but it's still, that's not permissible for me to buy my own home. I'm 23, and as any young adult my age, I would love to go there, choose a location, choose a house I resonate with, and go and buy that house. Right? To be very specific, I would love to live in a rural property, to have a piece of land where I could grow my trees and my gardens, but I can't buy that. You know, Another thing that I would like to be able to buy, and many people my age would like to buy, is a car. But, I just can't. See? Let me put it in perspective for you. Let me take this other phone here and let me see with you here. Let's convert it for you, the amount of money I make monthly. Let's see. So I make about 2K, but let's put it in dollars, okay? 2K to let's see, $2. So I make about $359 monthly, right? I don't know if where you live, this is a great amount of money, but here where I live, it's very little money. You know, I can basically only do what I told you. I can buy, food. I can buy a thing or two here that I like. Let's say a book if I want, or some, stationary materials. But I can't buy a house. I can't buy a car with that. And it's complicated, right? It's very complicated. And the only good thing about it is that I do not want to have kids, right? And actually, even if I wanted to have kids, with that amount of money I make per month, I cannot raise a kid properly. So, probably there will be some haters in this video here talking about why I do not want to have kids, and judge me because of that. But that's my decision, and I think that with the amount of money I make, even if I wanted, I shouldn't be allowed to have kids in the financial situation I'm in today. All right. So if you could relate to anything I said in this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow the channel, and leave me a comments down below to see so I can see what's your opinion on all of that. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.